Hey, fellow YouTubers. Please excuse this little blood mark I have on my nose. I was attacked. I have wounds all over me from my roommate for simply asking him to please be careful around my dog. Literally was determined to break as many fingers as I could. I could have just been busting him in the head because he would put both hands on my fingers and try to break them. Is that not crazy? He bit me right here. The life of Sheldon Brown. But that's neither here nor there. The reason I want to make this video is because I just texted Patsy regarding just like the worst years of our lives and having to endure that. And then I remembered what I would do every morning that would help me survive another day. Because really quickly, at age 55 at my job, you're allowed to go part-time. And you can do that and it counts as a full year towards your pension. So, you can retire right at 55, but only get a little bit of money. But if you make it to 59, you get twice as much money. And in order to get there from 55 to 59, you're allowed to work just part-time. And the bosses don't want that because they're giving up a full-time position to someone that's only going to work part-time. And they want to be able to cover as many schools as possible. So they literally tried to cause me to have a nervous breakdown starting at age 53 because this narcissist I had to work with, I thought was a friend. I didn't know she was a narcissist. I told her that I was planning on doing that at age 55, and she ran to them and told them. So the abuse was crazy. It's amazing the evil that people can perform when they have justified it in their own mind. Case in point would be the Nazis. When they justified that this is good, this is what should be done because they're vermin that are destroying our economy, and they're just nasty people that aren't even human beings. Well, think about what they were able to do, right? So the way I survived these 2 years is I want to go over 2 approaches. But I also did them first thing in the, I'd walk my dog for like a good 45 minutes or an hour and play fetch with him. But then I would come home, I'd prepare a nice hot bath, and I would get in that bath and I would first get down, lay all the way flat to where the water's like up to here, and I would imagine sitting in a beautiful grass field. Actually, I'd be on my knees, either with my butt, usually with my butt down, sitting on my ankles. And I would just be in shorts and a t-shirt, and the weather would change. So there'd be this tall green grass I was in with little flowers here and there, beautiful blue sky with big white puffy billowing clouds passing by. And I would just be enjoying the beautiful smells, seeing the butterflies and the little birds, and it would just be a real peaceful environment. But then on the horizon, I'd see some dark clouds rolling in. And they'd start rolling in, and as they were starting to roll in, the wind would increase. You'd start to see those pretty little flowers start waving more. The trees in the distance would start shaking, and then the rain would start. And then to stay warm, I'd still be in that position on my knees with my buttocks on my ankles, and then I would lean down for warmth and put my arms back like this to cover the outside of my legs, and that would be my warmth. But throughout the storms and the beautiful sunny days, I had this like plastic tube, like ventilator, with the rivets in it, like the going up and down where it could bend and be pulled longer or shorter. So this tube was connected to my heart, and it would go all the way out, all the way up into the heavens, and it was connected to Jesus's heart. And so I was able to endure these storms where I was going to be extremely cold with only a t-shirt and shorts on. I was able to endure the whipping winds and the pelting rain and anything because I was connected to Jesus. And even during the warm sunny days where I might sit up and I would be completely warm, no more cold, no more whipping wind, no pelting rain, where I would be enjoying the beautiful day, I still had this connection. This tube was always connected. And so to me, it would symbolize going through the storms and going through the beautiful, peaceful, loving days, both with this connection. And it would get me through the hard times, but it was also enjoyed during the nice times. So that was the first approach. And psychologically, I think it was very powerful and helpful. And then the second thing was I would take an in-breath without knowing what I was going to say thank you for. But I would take an in-breath and I would say, thank you, Jesus. And then on the out-breath, still sitting with the water like this, I would say, for my car. Thank you, Jesus, for my motorcycle. Thank you, Jesus, for this beautiful house I'm living in. Thank you, Jesus, for this day that I have. Thank you, Jesus, for the air I have in my lungs that is giving me life. Thank you. And I would just keep without, because you can always think of something at the last second. So just always breathe in without knowing what you're going to be saying thanks for. And then as you exhale, thank you for this day. Even though I'm going to get punished and beat down, you're going to be with me and I'm going to make the most out of it. So, I just wanted to throw that out there in case there's any viewers that's actually really going through it right now. Because with this happening and getting attacked and then finding out that the head police officer believes that the guy is the victim, when I was completely attacked crazily, I was a little bit down yesterday. But just some prayers and telling Jesus I know he's with me and we're going to get through this. Just like we always do together. I'm in a good mood today. I don't have any evil in my heart, and this guy has complete evil in his heart. For 2 months, he was just so aggressive. Anytime we were in the kitchen together, he would try to intimidate me by just marching wherever he had to go, to the refrigerator, to the trash can. He would march in a straight line, and if I got in his way, we were going to bounce off each other. And that's really rude, I had an ex-wife that would do that, so I was familiar with it. So I'd have to constantly stop. If I was walking to the sink and he was coming, I'd have to stop and back off. It's kind of hard on the ego being a man, to always have to cow down to someone that's trying to physically intimidate you. But I knew this guy was just a loose cannon. And for the first time that night he attacked me, I allowed myself to bounce into him once because he wouldn't let me wash my hands in the sink. I was trying to prepare some food and I wanted to wash my hands, and every time I'd go to the sink, he would aggressively step into the sink first. And he washed his hands like 3 times. Because he kept cutting me off. So the 4th time I was like, well, I can bounce into you, no problem. And I bounced into him. And then a second later, I asked him to please be careful around my dog. And and literally bit onto my shoulder. And I'm just looking at him with like, this is so surreal. I can't believe this guy has decided to attack me by latching his jaws and his teeth onto my shoulder blade. And so the next 4 minutes we rolled around the ground. I was saying, calm down, try to calm down. And occasionally I'd give him a little love tap, but I wasn't trying to hurt him. I was trying to get him to stop. And meanwhile, he's just focused on scratching me, biting me, breaking my fingers. So I have 2 broken fingers. Man, it's crazy. I can only attribute it to it falls in the parameters of Sheldon Brown's life. And then it makes complete sense to me. Anyways, right? We have to laugh about these things or you'll cry. God bless. I hope this message resonated with someone that needs it and can benefit from it. Obviously, a belief in Jesus Christ would kind of be integral in this system that I suggested. Hope it helps. God bless.